Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. Today, it is the 12th of June. It's 11 a.m. Central European time. It is 10 a.m. in the UK and probably a lot later wherever you are around the world. We have a busy day today. We have a lot to get through. And of course, I am not speaking in Swedish. And if you have no idea what I am talking about, the title of the show today is Lita Pomai, which translates very crudely as listen to me. I said we would be at 68,000 and we weren't going to go to 58,000 just yet. So Mags, I am not going to be speaking in Swedish today. I didn't lose the bet. We have a lot to get through today. It is a big day. It's always the biggest day in crypto's history when it's FOMC day. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what the likely outcome of today is going to be. Where are we going to go with Bitcoin? Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? I know loads of you are in panic mode thinking we're going to go to 57,000. There is a scenario where we go to 57,000, but on the whole, I think we are going to go up. So a few good mornings before we get into the show. Miklay, Peter, Hidden, who else is here? Gianni, I think. Who else is here? I think Tariq's in chat as well. And Mags, everybody else. Good morning to you all. So what we're going to go through today? Well, we're going to go through the Bitcoin wobble. We're going to go through the Polygon. I'm going to call it a bribe. It's not technically a bribe, but we're going to call it that for the sake of it. We're going to go and have a look at Bonk. We're going to have a look at Mantra, which I covered in a video yesterday. We're going to have a look at the fan tokens. Obviously, Euro 2024 begins on Friday. We're going to look at fan tokens. Should you be investing in fan tokens, chilies and the like? We're going to have a look at that. Wrekt lettuce. We're going to have a look at Wrekt, the meme coin. And we've tried to do a little bit of a different show today. It's not going to be as heavy as normal. I'm going to try and mix it up with some meme coins and the likes. Good morning, Chris. Welcome to the show. So if you're new here, smash the like button, say hello in chat, and don't forget, if you comment in chat, it helps the algorithm, it helps people see that we are really here, so come and say hello. Bottom left-hand corner, 137,000 followers. We're going for 200,000 by the end of the year. If we don't get there and we get to 180, 190,000, I won't care. That's still an insane number for the channel. Bottom right-hand corner, we've still got $74,000 target for Bitcoin. It's going to happen. It's been there for weeks, but we are going to go there. So let's not worry about that. And before we get on to the show, the last thing to say is the poll question of the day. D-Day, the FOMC meeting, Bitcoin is going to go up or down. So far, 75% say up, 25% say down. Those 25% are clearly going to be wrong. Right, let's have a look at the markets then before we get into the X-Files. Bitcoin coming in at exactly the same price as it was yesterday, which is 67.4. We did have a wobble. We are going to look at the Bitcoin chart in a bit. Ethereum coming in at 35. BNB, after all of the excitement, is having a rest at $612, $615. Excuse me, and Solana $151, an absolute steal. Market cap is down just a touch, 2.45 trillion. Volume is 80 billion, is neither here nor there. Bitcoin and Ethereum dominance still coming in just over 70%. Not really a lot to talk about, although we've kind of gone back and looked at the prices after all of the panic of yesterday. People were in tears. People were on the phone crying and shaking, panicking that Bitcoin was going to go to $45,000. Nothing to worry about. What's up then in the last few hours? Pepe, Bonk, Oasis, Casper, Conflux, some gainers over the last 24 hours. And Akash has been trashed. Not sure why. It's down 7% in an hour. That's never a good sign. There's obviously some news out about Akash that we don't know about, but that doesn't look good. Audi is down 8, FET is down, Singularity, Celestia. Now, one thing we are going to cover in the X-Files is, of course, the reason that all of the AI coins are down today is, of course, the merger that was supposed to happen today and tomorrow has been delayed, but we're going to go over that in a second. But first of all, let's try and go through the X-Files in some kind of sensible order. I use that term lightly as there is nothing sensible about this stream today. Let's see if it actually works. From time to time, they don't. So, Michael Saylor has shared this post. We want all the remaining Bitcoin to be made in the USA. That is what Donald J. Trump has had to say. Now, clearly, he wants to be the next crypto president of America. I don't think he fully understands decentralization. We don't want all of Bitcoin to be made or mined in one place. It doesn't matter if it's in Texas and Atlanta. They're still all part of the same political sphere. We want Bitcoin to be decentralized, not only in terms of miners, but in terms of development and holders. So although it's good for Trump to come out and start talking about crypto, it's not really that clever to want everything to be in the USA. Sentiment then. Bitcoin's dip below 67,000 has ramped up the amount of buy calls on social media. Historically, when the amount of sell calls in red is closing the gap on buy calls, that is when the panic and FUD is setting in and most commonly leads to crypto bounces. That is what we want to see. We are going to have a bounce. I know only you and a few other people yesterday were predicting a lot further down. I just don't see it. I don't see it just yet. But maybe Chairman Powell will come in and he will just wreck the markets for us. Now, these are, and it's very small, so I will read a few of these out. These are the holders of the ETFs by size. So these are the people that have been buying into BlackRock, buying into Fidelity, and the majority of them are investment firms. They are not retail. So you'll see Morgan Stanley, you will see Jane Street, you will see, there was another one on here that I wanted to mention. ARK is also mentioned on here. The majority of these are institutional grade brokers and banks. So we're not seeing too much in the way of retail coming in yet, but it's a positive thing to see. So overall, they are doing their part. They are trying to get crypto to move up. And unfortunately, it seems that retail and the whales are trying to keep the price down for whatever crazy reason. Now, Ben Cowan, who is in slight panic mode over the last 48 hours. The FOMC is today, of course, which has marked local lows for Bitcoin the last couple of times. However, if this 2019 comparison continues, it could mean Bitcoin falls below its bull market support band later, once Bitcoin dominance is close to 60%. So we're going to have a little look at that in a minute. I think what we're going to see today is we have three outcomes, don't we? Interest rates go up, the market tanks. Interest rates remain the same, the market pumps maybe 1 or 2%. Interest rates are cut, the market will rip 5 or 6%. The likelihood, in my eyes, is that the interest rates will stay the same. I did say a few weeks ago I expect a rate cut in June or July because we are so close to the election. We are not going to go into this election in November with the same interest rates in America that we have now. The UK is going to follow suit, cut interest rates probably this month. Europe cut it last week. They're coming down. What's important today is if interest rates stay the same, which is likely, listen to what Chairman Powell has to say in the meeting afterwards, in the press conference. There are two tones. There is hawkish, which is basically bearish and very negative about the chances of interest rate cuts, and then there is dovish, where he believes that we could see interest rates being cut in the next couple of months and everything's on track. What he says is important today, as it is every other day. Every FOMC is the most important one in the history of crypto and the stock market, as always. If he comes out, they stay the same, and he goes dovish, we will be back at $69,000 today. It's going to happen. If he comes out and said, I'm going to resign, that America, the economy's on fire, I can't put it out, it's all gone to pot, then expect a dump. I still don't see the dump taking us to $57,000. I can see the dump taking us to 64, 62 at a push. But, you know, we never rip up as much as people believe. We never rip down as much as people believe. So don't worry too much about today. Personal advice, not financial advice, is this is a bad day to trade, because what is likely to happen is you could long the market. We rip to the upside 2%, hit 69.4, then the market corrects and comes straight back down to 67.4. And if you've longed and you don't catch that top and it comes all the way down, the chances are you could be liquidated. So it's never a good time to use leverage on FOMC days. It's just really choppy, up and down all day. As you can see, we're at 67.4. We were at 67.4 yesterday, but that doesn't tell the story of what's happened. We're going to go through that in a minute. So the world's largest bank, ICBC, says Ethereum is providing technical power for the digital future and it's digital oil. Now, of course, we don't want to correct some of these statements. Lots of people think of Ethereum as digital oil, but of course there are gas fees. So is it oil or is it gas? It doesn't matter. It's a commodity. It keeps the crypto, blockchain, whatever you want to call it, industry moving forward, especially when it comes to TradFi. So is Ethereum oil? We'll let them think that. It is fine. Now, of course, one thing we've been covering on here for a long time is, of course, the ASI token launch, which is a merger of 3 tokens, Singularity, Fetch, and Ocean. It was supposed to happen today and tomorrow. It hasn't happened. It's been delayed till July the 15th. And for some reason, that has caused the price to tank. And in my opinion, that should not deter you from looking at this token. Good morning to JC. Welcome back. Remember, say hello in chat. Let me know you are watching. Let me know if you have any questions about any of this. So this isn't going to happen until July the 15th, which is, 5 weeks from now. Let's see what happens in 5 weeks' time. There are lots of people saying that once this coin goes live, it is going to go towards $5. I think the merger of these 3 projects is a positive thing. I think it's going to take the best in class from all 3 companies and make them a better company. So as far as I can see, it's positive news. Now then, let's go over what happened yesterday, because it was a little bit of a panic for some people. Bitcoin price plunges as $245 million in crypto longs are liquidated. So the longs got spanked again. That's twice in the space of a few days. The longs are certainly being naughty this week. We saw nearly $66,000 with long positions seeing the biggest impact. Of course, some shorts were liquidated on the way back up, of course. Let's move down a little bit. Bitcoin is at 66.5. Well, it clearly isn't now. It's at 67.4, down from a 24-hour peak above $70,000. The long positions were trashed. We covered that yesterday as well. Bitcoin slide is the most rapid downward slump in the world's top cryptocurrency has seen in over a month. Just days ago, this token came within striking distance of 73,737. That movement comes in advance of 2 key, potentially market-moving events, which of course is the FOMC and the CPI. On Wednesday, Labour will produce the US Bureau of Labour Statistics will be publishing its CPI for May, and of course Jerome Powell will be speaking. Should those events bring dismal news concerning inflation and interest rates, the Bitcoin itself may be at risk of falling further. Is that likely to happen? In my eyes, I am 75% certain that we are going up today. 25%, of course, is the black swan. Now, we don't need to read about these. Let's get on with the chart and have a little look and see where we are. I'm going to try and get the show done in an hour, as I always do. We are 11:15, so we're not doing too badly for time. Now, Peter was one of the ones that was fairly bearish and said that the markets would crash. There have been many YouTube videos saying the bull run is over and to sell. These are misleading. Yes, absolutely. I think the issue is, what you got to understand is there's lots of guides on how to make videos and how to make clickbait. And there's basically like 4 key messages to get people to watch. There's intrigue, so posing a question. There's greed, you can make 5,000x return on this coin. Or fear, which is it's all over, it's going to zero, you're going to get wrecked. All of those kind of things. They're the kind of, you know, the advertising 101, if you like. And when the markets are moving upwards, probably tomorrow and end of this week, you'll see videos saying Bitcoin is going to be 500,000 by July the 1st. You'll then see videos saying that the crypto market is going to break $10 trillion by the end of the year. All positive, greed-based news, because you guys out there like confirmation bias. So if you tell me that you've just gone out and bought $1,000 of Bitcoin at $67,000, and I tell you that's a terrible idea because it's going to fall to $47,000, you are going to be quite rightly annoyed that I've told you that you could buy it cheaper. The same way that if you've not bought Bitcoin and I tell you it's going to go to $250,000 by August, you're going to rush out and buy as much Bitcoin as possible because you have that greed attached to the price. You want that 4x return. So it's all, and markets work in the same way. It's all about trying to manipulate you to watch content. And that is how it unfortunately works. We tried, believe it or not, when we came out, we tried to make videos which were content-based videos with content-based titles, and it didn't work. It doesn't work. If I make a video saying the honest truth about Bitcoin and potential all-time highs, which aren't going to go as high as you want, you're not even going to listen to the video, you're not even going to watch the video. If I come on here and say you are going to be made wealthy beyond your wildest dreams, you're going to click on that video. And that's the problem. You try and do things the right way, and unfortunately, human nature leads you down the same path as everybody else. The same way as these stupid pictures that they put on their thumbnails of them looking aghast, scared, terrified, their head in their hands, their mouth open, them smiling at the camera. They just look ridiculous, and they all do it, bar 1 or 2. They all do it. Why do they do it? Because it's clicky. People want that human attachment. The same way I am going to start streaming in the mornings on camera so you can see my face. But I need to buy a little bit more equipment than that, and you know, get the place set up so I can do that. But I will start to appear on camera because it is a lot easier for you to understand what I'm saying when you can see me waving my hands around and gesticulating as I talk to myself in this room. So back to the show. Bitcoin then. As I quite rightly pointed out that we were not going to tank. And I said we were going to hold the line, and there, as strong as it is, we held that line. I don't care about this wick. That line has held. Okay? That line held stronger than Dolly Parton's bra. It held, and it didn't give way. Now, given that it hasn't given way, where are we likely to go in a wick up based on Chairman Powell's good news? Well, first port of call will be 69.4. If Chairman Powell comes out and says, let's have a party, we're cutting interest rates, let's rip up a little bit more, we are likely to go back up to 71.6, 71.4. If Chairman Powell comes out and says, you know, I'm going to resign, the economy's on fire, then yes, we're going to come down. And there are some targets. We've got here 64, all the way probably down towards 60, but we've got the bull market support band here coming in at 61.6. So we've got some targets. I think we're going to the upside. I think we'll be back over $69,000 today. That's just my gut feeling. I don't have a crystal ball. I could be horribly wrong on all of this, but I think we are not going to come down. It's the titles that get views, not honesty. Exactly, it is the title. The title should have a hook and be compelling, right? Hold the Line was a Toto song, it was. And one of my favourite songs of all time is Africa by Toto. One of my favourite songs. Now, 67.4. 69.4 is the target for me. That is what? 5%? No, 3% away, maybe 3% away. It's just not a big rip up. I think we are going to move up. Chairman Powell can't possibly be so negative for so many months. He is going to come out and he's going to say the same thing. You know, we need to be careful. We need to keep the economy on track. We need to allow for growth, but we need to keep inflation under control. Blah, 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 blah. We're going to cut interest rates at some point this year. Markets will go, thank you very much. Up we go, off we go. 69.4, 71,000 next. 74,000 on the cards by maybe July. Now then, Polygon, obviously one of my favorite chains, unveils a 1 billion poll token program to boost development. I should put on a bandana and a crystal ball. Powell resign, Bitcoin will be dumped. Absolutely. You know, if I put on a bandana and got a crystal ball, you know what? I might do that for Halloween. Halloween, by the way, for those of you that are new to the show and you've never seen us before, you've no idea who we are. Halloween, we do a dress up. Go and have a look at the Halloween show in October last year. We dressed up as a ghoul, as all kinds of things. Christmas, we dress up, Christmas hats, all those kind of things. So we do dress up for special occasions. And I think, you know, when we get to $100,000, I think we might put on, you know, a dicky bow, maybe a tie, you know, comb the hair kind of thing. But we do occasionally have a bit of fun. And a crystal ball, I think we certainly need one. The problem with a crystal ball and a bandana is that it's been done by BitBoy Crypto, or whatever he's called, Ben Armstrong. He calls himself the Sultan of Solana, and he's got a crystal ball and he wears a turban. And I don't want to go out and copy somebody else. So Polygon said the initiative would motivate developers to focus on building. Now, of course, we spoke about this, if you remember, yesterday. And Arbitrum were offering, was it 240 million ARB, 245 million ARB over the next 3 years to incentivize. Now, for me, don't call it incentivization. It's bribery. We are going to pay you to come and build on our chain. That's all it is. Okay? They're going to come and build on our chain. Now, if you were a developer worth your salt, what you would do is you would build a multi-chain app. You would build an app that works on Polygon, works on Arbitrum, works on Optimism, works on Solana, works on Avalanche. That's what you would do, because you're just continuously going to get funded by these different chains. And if there's a possibility, you could use the AG layer to introduce pooled liquidity. You could look at creating interoperability between the chains, you know, wormhole, whatever it might be. So if you're a developer and you're in crypto right now, you're driving around in a Lambo and you're having a great time. So there's 1 billion poll being invested into the economy. And the tokens will be sourced from 1% of the network's annual token emissions as detailed in the poll white paper. But I wish these things wouldn't do that. Go away. How do I close that? There we go. Polygon has launched the first season of its community grant program, offering developers 35 million Matic valued at $22 million. Further seasons will provide up to 100 million poll tokens. Building is hard. The goal of CGP is to support developers while they build. Waiting until a project has finished building and produces results misses a key piece of true innovation, the opportunity to take chances. Developers can apply for grants. The grants range from 5,000 Matic to over 50,000 Matic. That really isn't a lot of money. What's 5,000 Matic? $3,500 up to $35,000. It's not really a lot at the end of the day, but it will obviously help oil the cogs. Watch as Polygon goes from dead to the hottest chain going because they now have rewards, says Chris Heatherly. Now, I'm not too sure about this. The problem is there's only a finite number of developers, a finite number of projects going around at the minute, and some of them will pick and choose the largest rewards. They'll go to the chain that offers the biggest bribes. Now, this is, you know, you want to build on Polygon anyway because it's the biggest layer 2. You want to build on Solana and maybe AVAX and things like that. So I get that. It's the smaller chains that are going to have to compete. You know, it's like being in a pub. Who do you support? Manchester United. Okay. Who do you support? Arsenal. Who do you support? Scunthorpe United. And then people laugh at you. It's the same in crypto. You're building on Polygon, yes. You're building on Solana, yes. What are you building on? Phantom. And then people will laugh at you. So those chains like Phantom have to overly bribe you to come and build on their chain, because you kind of want to do it in secret. You don't want to get your name out there. You don't want to be associated with it. Whereas Polygon is the gold standard layer 2 on Ethereum. You are going to want to build on there. And in the future, there will be a lot of DeFi that is fed into Polygon from Ethereum. So Polygon, in my opinion, is certainly not a dead chain. It's maybe it did all of its building and all of its good news came out in the bear market. And I think that is the issue. And their marketing department is solely responsible for that. That's just my opinion. Now then, we're going to move on. Liverpool. Well, the only reason you support Liverpool, I imagine, is because of, what was he called? The Australian player who played for Liverpool. Harry, was it? He wasn't a bad player, actually. Played for Leeds as well. Bonk price prediction: as crypto prices crash, can Bonk recover? Now, I was looking yesterday at what coins I was going to pick up in this minor correction. And in the end, I didn't buy anything. I was going to buy some more Ondo. I was going to buy some Bonk, and I didn't buy anything. I think I got a little bit of Ondo, and that was it. But Bonk, I already have a very small bag of Bonk. I didn't buy a lot. I think I bought $50 or something like that, and now it's worth about 120 or whatever. So I haven't got a lot of Bonk. And I was going to top it up yesterday, and I just decided against it. However, in terms of meme coins and the potential for meme coins to go on a rip, you don't want to be looking at the meme coins that have just corrected from their all-time high like Pepe, because if they move back up, they're only going to do a 20% move. You want to try and find a meme coin that's come down substantially from its all-time high. Dog with hat, I'm not a fan of. There's other coins out there that you can have a look at. In fact, I made a video. Harry Kuehl, that's it. I made a video yesterday about rug pulls. And in the video, I said, if you're new to crypto, you don't understand crypto, you shouldn't be investing in a meme coin with a less than a $100 million market cap, because that kind of removes all chances of it being rugged, in my humble opinion. And Bonk is certainly nowhere near that level. I think Bonk is coming in at 1.7 billion, maybe a lot less now. Let's go and have a look. Let's have a look. Where is Bonk? Is it coming in at 1.7? Let's just do a quick search for it. Where are we with Bonk? Before we carry on, at 1.9 billion. Okay, so it's still a sizable market cap for a meme coin, but it's not 10 billion, 8 billion, 6 billion. It's 1.9 billion, so it's at a good price. Now, I don't want to go on about the returns that it's had over the last few years. That's irrelevant. Bonk is ready to rebound again, allegedly. We're going to have a look at the chart action. Let's see if we agree with this. The 200-day moving average, 30-day moving average fails to start rising soon. I don't think we need to worry about this. Now, why do I like Bonk? Very simply, it's starting to spread its wings into the real world. We talked about the Revolut deal, where people on Revolut are being rewarded with Bonk, for example. And because of that, you're seeing the name get out there. So why is that important? I've said it many times. If I said to you, do you want to buy laptop coin? Do you want to buy coffee coin? Maybe not coffee coin. Do you want to buy rug coin? Or do you want to buy Dogecoin or Bitcoin? You're going to pick Bitcoin, and then you're going to pick Dogecoin because you've heard of them. So brand familiarity is really important, and Bonk now has that. And the issue you have with some of the other new meme coins is they're not known by retail. So when retail comes back to crypto, they're going to buy what they know, which is Bitcoin, Ethereum, probably Solana, then some meme coins. Bonk is positioned to be in that pack. So there's a good chance that 15 or 20 tokens this season, this cycle rip. And the meme coins you have to look at. Is Bonk more well known right now than Pepe outside of crypto? I would argue yes. Therefore, it will rip more because people will just buy it because they know the name. Now, it's done something which is really nice. We've obviously had our correction, but we have come down to the bull market support band. So there is a lot of movement left for Bonk to start to move back up. If we go back, you can see these beautiful, beautiful lines here on Bonk. I mean, it's heading in the right direction, is what I'm trying to say. So picking up some Bonk isn't going to be the end of the world for you. What you should do is obviously buy amounts of Bonk that you can afford to lose in case it goes down a little bit further. Great video, rug pull, very good info that people need to know. Absolutely, I think the key with the rug pull video is it's a big topic, and I try to break it down into how do people rug pull, what are some examples of rug pulls, and then what are our tips to avoid rug pulls. And even though it seemed like quite an easy video to do, it was actually quite a difficult video to do, believe it or not. Anyway, so Bonk for me, I think if the market corrects to the upside today, then we could see a fairly big move up for Bonk and all the meme coins. If you look at some of the meme coins, I mean, we'd be looking at potentially a 50% gain. I actually got it to work today, can you believe that? I'd actually expect over the next few days a 50% gain in Bonk price. That might not sound a lot for those of you out there that want a 10x, but we're talking about maybe a week. We're talking maybe 2 weeks to get that 50% pump. So it's not a bad return, in my opinion. And again, we're talking about these charts and we're ignoring the elephant in the room, which is the FOMC. If the FOMC meeting is what we expect, then everything's going to move back to the upside today, tomorrow, and for the rest of the month, in my opinion. Now we're going to move on. I made a video based on a recommendation about this project yesterday. This is not sponsored. I am not sponsored by Mantra. It is a coin you can trade on the exchange. You can trade it now. The token has been out for a while, so we're going to go through the website very briefly. I'll explain what it does, and then I'll go through the price action of Mantra. Now, Mantra is a real world asset layer 1. So it's not like Ondo. Ondo is an app that sits on top of a blockchain. What Mantra is trying to do is be a real world asset blockchain. So it's not offering the real world asset projects itself, it's offering the blockchain for people to build on top of it. That's the difference. Now, I've been through this website. I know it like the back of my hand now. So we'll very quickly go down here. So what Mantra is focusing on, and I cannot get over a couple of these points to you with more vigor than this. KYC, know your customer, and AML, anti-money laundering, are the keys for financial institutions to adopt the blockchain tech that we want them to adopt. If you don't have KYC and AML, they are not going to work. If you want to connect to the apps on Mantra or use Ondo and you think you can stick $1 million in and earn yields on X, Y, or Z and they don't know who you are sadly mistaken. The time of being anonymous on the blockchain to earn real sensible yields is slowly leaving you. So they are going to build a system that allows you to plug in ID verification, KYC, AML, on and off ramping. All of this is available through Mantra. Now, they are not doing this, as I have said, and you will be able to stake your OM. We're not going to get into that too much. What I am going to show you is, of course, where is the incubator? Here it is. So they're not building. Who is? Well, they have an incubator program at Mantra, and this is where they provide grants to people and help them grow, but not just grow organically, actually accelerate the growth. And I didn't cover all of this in the video, and I'm not going to cover all of this now. I'm just going to give you the examples and explain a little bit further. So the long and short of it is they give you some money to get you off the ground. They give you a team to support you. They give you mentorship. They help introduce you to other people, and they help you build things which are compliant. Exactly how I would build this out. And down here, again, we don't have to go through all of this, but this is their kind of program to help people get developed. They take you to places, they introduce you to people, they do all of that good stuff. But this is what I'm going to get to. So these are the first 3 projects that they've listed on their website. PICE is a revenue generating green asset project. So if you want to build out your company as a green company, you're going to need to prove that. And there's no better way to prove that you are green than using the blockchain, because it's immutable. So PICE is the first one. Then, of course, the big one is real estate. We've looked at many real estate projects on here. Estate Protocol bridges the gap between real world assets and digital world through blockchain. So they will digitize or tokenize, sorry, the real world buildings, the real world real estate. That's the plan for Estate Protocol. And Mansa will provide liquidity to businesses in emerging markets, so markets that are trying to grow. Don't know any of them off the top of my head, I haven't bothered looking at the website, but basically they are going to help bring those businesses onto Mantra via Mansa. So there's lots of projects on here which are good, and of course they are not doing this on their own. The one thing I covered in here was the same thing again we just looked at when we were looking at the intro. KYC, AML, reduce costs. Reducing costs reduces friction. Some businesses, traditional businesses, don't work because of the overhead costs. If you bring something onto the blockchain and you remove those costs, you make those companies profitable. So businesses that can't succeed without blockchain can now succeed. So low fees, you have the IDs in there, and then down here you have got a list of their partners, and there are some big ones. Where is the list of partners? Did I skip past it? I thought there was a list of partners in here. Maybe I have missed it. Here we go. So the partners then, what's important about these partners is to realize that once you see Chainlink, once you see wallets, once you see Cosmos, once you see all nodes, Ondo, again, Ondo is on here. Once you see all of these companies, you understand what they're trying to do. So they're trying to make an interoperable real-world asset blockchain that will plug into. Now, we've covered Cosmos in here and the Atom token in the past, and you know, once you've got the wallets, once you've got interoperability, once you've got, you know, Swissborg is listed on here as well. Once you have all of these people involved, you kind of get a grasp of what it's going to do and what it's going to be able to do. So for me, very impressed with the project. The only thing I will say which is negative about Mantra before we look at the price is that it is all ifs, buts and maybes. That is the only thing I would say about the project. And the reason I would say that is very simply, if you look at Ondo and Chainlink and Avalanche and other projects, they're already live. They're already dealing with companies in the real world. Mantra is speculation and potential. Now, that doesn't mean the price action isn't going to move up. It doesn't mean this isn't going to be a $20 billion project in the future. As I said in my video, there is enough room in crypto for 20 real-world asset projects. Ondo, Chainlink, Mantra, Avalanche, ICP, they can all coexist, work together. It's not a case of, you know, we've only got this one because this is the only one people are going to use. No. What I was thinking before we came on air was, we've seen BlackRock badmouth crypto up until the point of them getting their ETF. And now crypto is the greatest thing since sliced bread. And BlackRock want to digitize everything, and BlackRock want to bring the stock exchanges online. Ondo wasn't built in a day. So whilst BlackRock spent 2 or 3 years working alongside Ondo and whoever to build BUIDL, while that was being built, they were bad-mouthing crypto. And then suddenly one day, Ondo pops up, it's got billions assets under management, and it's live. And BlackRock turned around and said, well, actually, you know what? We like crypto. How does that? It doesn't happen, does it? It doesn't happen. They've clearly orchestrated their communications on Ondo. So Ondo's had a head start of many moons on something like Mantra. Mantra is playing catch up, but it doesn't matter because we're all early. So price action, again, in the video, I said anything under 90 cents for me is a good price, because this market cap, I believe, is about 850 to 900 million. I think it's going to go this year if nothing else collapses. So all things being equal, this could easily hit a $5 billion market cap, as could Ondo. I think this has potential. Ondo has deliverables. Realto, which we covered, again, Peter's just raised it. The reason that will do, in my opinion, much better is simply because it's got a lower market cap, so it has further to run up. So if you're looking at projects that you can get into that have a bigger chance of moving to higher prices, that's what you would look at. But for long-term potential, and I've said this before, you want a bag of AI tokens, you want a bag of RWA tokens, you want a bag of deep-in tokens, you want a bag of meme coins, maybe, and then you want your main portfolio, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, whatever else you like. So there is still opportunities for you to get there. Good morning, Only You. Welcome back. And the issue is we're still early. Don't expect a 100x from Bitcoin. You're not going to get it. You'll be lucky in the next 6 or 7 years to see a 10x from Bitcoin. Some of these smaller RWA projects can do a 10x by the end of the year, can do a 10x by the end of the bull run, a 20x by the end of the bull run. The market caps are lower. It's a bigger expanding market than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is already a $1.4 trillion asset. You can't just move it at will. Something that has $100 or $200 million market cap can go to 2 billion in the right circumstances, and that's a 10x, and that can be the end of the year. That can be the end of next year. That's what you need to be thinking about. If you are desperate for a 20 or 30x, then you need to, at the right time in the market, look at loading up on these alts, and especially alts in key areas. As I said, AI, real world assets, deep ins, memes are still running. That's what you should be looking at. But again, I'm way more conservative than that. The majority of my portfolio is in Bitcoin, Ethereum. I've got Cardano, XRP. I'm not going to buy more than $100, $200, $300 worth of these coins. That's the kind of very small toe that I'm dipping in, because if it 10x's or 20x's, then I get $5,000 or $6,000 out of it. Fine, happy days. But if it only goes up 3 or 4x, I've still made $1,000 out of it. So that's how I play it. Now back to the chart. We had this retracement, which has brought us down. We did get as high as $1.10. We came down as low as 84 cents. I said anything between, I think, 85 and 90 cents is a good price. This is a good price to get this project. Remember, it's still not $1 billion project. It might face resistance at about $2 billion, because that's where Ondo got stuck. Well, $2 billion for this project would be about probably about there. So you'd be looking at maybe $1.80 before it hits real resistance, because once you get to about 2 or 3 billion, you need a lot more money to come into you to pump you up there. And Mantra is already listed on most platforms, so I think a 2x is likely on the cards in the not too distant future. Now then, let's move on very quickly. Check messages again. Is it better to buy meme bundle or individual for higher returns? I would say I would cherry pick my meme coins, and I would pick 5 or 6 memes above $100 million, and I would probably hold Pepe, Bonk, and then I'd look at maybe some coins in the $300 or $400 million range to get that could go a lot higher. Maybe look at some coins that are gonna, the thing with meme coins is you can buy meme coins to flip, which are the short-term gains, or you can buy meme coins that are long-term gains end of this bull run. And the ones that are going to hit the end of this bull run either don't exist yet because they haven't been born, or they're going to hit them from the existing pool of Bonk, Pepe, Bohm, Dog with Hat, Mew, those kind of coins. So that's what you've got to think about. Build yourself a small portfolio. Right then, fan tokens rally as investors bet on soccer fever. Now, this is a topic which I am fairly negative about, and that is hype around tokens that have done nothing for 4 years. Now, I don't know if many of you know this, but there are most big tokens, most big clubs have their own token. Man City do, I think Barcelona does, PSG certainly has, I think the Argentinian national side, Mexico, they've all got their own fan tokens. For me, they're just not even worth the coins that they're digitally printed on. They're just trash, in my opinion. Anyway, Chile is the native cryptocurrency of the Socios blockchain that hosts many fan tokens, has seen its market value climb from 687 million to 1 billion. Waste of money, in my humble opinion. A spokesperson for Chile emphasized that the company's marketing clearly states that fan tokens are fan engagement tools that should be used as such. For instance, the price of Portugal's fan token has edged up 2% to $2.94. Argentina's token has gone up to $2.46, its highest price for 2 years. Both remain below their 2022 World Cup peaks. Now, the issue with these tokens is that you buy this token because you support Liverpool. So you buy these tokens and you hold Liverpool tokens. Great. What can you do with them? Well, you can hold them. What else can you do with them? Nothing. You just hold the tokens and you tell your mates you've got them. Like buying a shiny pin for your jacket. That's all they're worth. Now, what they're supposed to do is they are supposed to generate engagement between fans and clubs. And we used to term them money can't buy experiences. And we've looked at this 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and there's a massive disconnect because somebody goes to the club and says, you want to buy this token? Absolutely, we'll take this token. Right, okay, we're going to launch this token with you. No marketing behind it, no support, no real infrastructure behind it. And then they go live, the token pumps up, people make some money, and everybody else is left with tokens worth a fraction of what they were worth. They are a waste of time. They're a waste of money. I am never going to support these tokens in their current guise. All they are doing is connecting the sentimentality you have for that football club to a token which is completely disconnected from the club. Now, PSG, of all clubs, are the ones that seem to use this token the most. And you get to turn up and meet the fans, walk around the stadium, those kind of things. But the disconnect is unreal, and it hasn't worked, and it's done nothing, in my opinion, other than damage crypto. Because like I was saying before, if you log into your crypto exchange and you see Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Liverpool coin or Arsenal coin or Man United coin, you'll buy them. And then they'll do nothing. There's no inherent value in them. There's no utility. They are just a vanity project. And Chiliz has been peddling this for 5 years, and I see no value in any of it. So, as far as I'm concerned, don't get wrapped up in the hype of Euro 2024 and think, oh, I'm going to go and buy these tokens. I'm going to go and hold them. They're going to 10x. They're not. They are worthless. They're worth less than meme coins. In fact, they are slow rug pulls by what happens because the token goes live. It goes to $10. You buy that token, and then it's suddenly $1. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find one. I don't know if I can type in Man City and it will show me the token. I think Man City have got one. Right, so for a multi-billion pound company, which is Man City, their token is valued at $21 million. Now, I haven't prepared this earlier, so I haven't stitched myself up. I did put my hand, my heart was in my mouth for a second then thinking, what happens if this shows the token price going up? This token was at $30 4 years ago, $30. You will have aped in, I'm going to own Man City because they've got Pep Guardiola, they've got Kevin De Bruyne, I'm going to buy this token. You'd have bought it at $30 or $25 or $20. And guess what? You'll have lost 90%, 92% of your money, okay? It's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. It's garbage, okay? And they're all the same. They're all garbage tokens. And this trash that's written is only ever going to separate you from your money. So Victor Joel, you should hang your head in shame and you should actually tell the truth on some of these tokens and don't buy them because you're going to waste your money. There are better meme coins out there. There are better RWA tokens out there. There are better ways to make money than buying fan tokens. In the future, 5 or 6 years' time, when VR is a big thing and everything's integrated, maybe there'll be a success. Maybe you'll be able to get discounted season tickets, money off shirts, whatever, fine. But get it right before trying to do a cash grab, because that's all it is. It's a cash grab. Now then, let's go and have a look at wrekt token. Good morning, Reza. Welcome to the stream. Only you. I created the portfolio list on CoinMarketCap. Can I send it in sometime today? Absolutely. Feel like sending it across. What about doing a video on the possible risks and rewards of meme coins? I can do. Yeah, I can do a meme coin video. I was going to do a meme coin video on the Kronos chain because the Kronos chain is mine now. We've made a lot of noise about Solana. That's what we've talked about pretty much now for the last 6 months. And yes, we've covered base, and yes, we've covered some, projects that have launched. But no, on the whole, we've covered Solana memes. We're now going to do Kronos. We're not being paid to do Kronos. It's not sponsored. We haven't made any money out of it. But we think we need to do a second chain. And the reason we've picked Kronos is it's 2 or 3 years behind Solana. And if it keeps up its momentum, it probably will never get as big as Solana, but it will get certainly bigger than it is now. So we are looking at that. Now, wrekt is on base, which is another layer 2. wrekt coin soars as Dogecoin rival raises $3.7 million. Is it the next crypto to watch? Now, again, Sam Cooling, this article, is a little bit late to the show. And the reason being is I will show you. I haven't actually got the token up, but let's get the token up. Let's get wrekt up, just so we can show you why it's not going to be the next big thing. And the reason it's not going to be the next big thing, what's your name? What was his name? Sam, is of course, you're looking at a project after it's done that. So why are you telling people in your article it's the next big thing when it's already ripped up and now worth $1.6 billion for a meme coin, Sam? Again, you're late to the party. So why am I covering it? Because, again, don't buy into the hype of some of these articles. Yes, wrekt is doing exceptionally well. Yes, wrekt could go up another 150, 200%. but think about the market cap. Is it going to get past 5 billion? Dog with Hat didn't get past 5 billion. It fell back down. Wrekt is likely to not really go much higher, but that doesn't mean it's a bad meme coin because you can still buy it on the retracement. Same with Book of Mome. It went to 2.7 cents. I said, don't touch it, wait for it to come down to a cent. It did, and then it went on a move back up. That's what you have to do with this game. Wrekt is going to be probably the biggest meme coin on base, and I don't think anything's going to catch it for a while. So let's have a little look. The real run hasn't started for Wrekt. Study coins that trade above billions. They almost always touch 20 billion. Who's written this? That's not the case. That is not the case. A 10x from here and a liquid 10x. I give you the best entry while idiots footed at 300 million. I don't agree with that mentality at all. Just because other coins have run up to 20 billion does not mean it is going to do the same. There are going to be meme coins in this bull run that hit $30-40 billion. Why do I say that? Because in the last bull run, we had Shiba Inu at 36 billion. We've obviously still got Doge way up there. These things happen, and they happen every cycle. So there is going to be a surge in meme coins and altcoins and all these kind of things. It doesn't necessarily mean it's Wrekt. So Wrekt, the price has run up. It's run up 37% week on week, which saw Wrekt go from the low trendline support to a new all-time high, briefly touching a 2 billion market cap. Now, it is big for base, and it has brought base a lot of attention. There is a price correction going on at the minute, but again, we're at 16.5 cents. I don't think this coin is going to keep going up. What I think is going to happen, and it happens on many chains, is all the people that bought in the red at the bottom of this chart are now massively in profit, 4x or 5x in profit. What does that mean? It means that they have profits that they can take. They will take their profits and look at other base chain projects, whether it be the DEX over there, whether it be another meme coin. If you look at, let me see if I can bring up an example of another coin, and I'm going to try and show you the similarities, because meme coins have patterns. Most coins have patterns, but you see it more with meme coins because they are faster acting. Now, let's bring it down an awful lot to show you what happened. I can't show it you on that one. Let me think of another coin that we can show this on. Let's see if it's happened with Moneki. Okay, so we're going to catch the end of what happened on Moneki. So if you imagine this curve, this line down, that line down is where we are now with Wrekt. So what is likely to happen with Wrekt, as happens with most meme coins, is they will do this. Okay, and they will have, actually let's draw it from scratch to show you what most meme coins do. A meme coin will be down here and have no value, and all of a sudden it will absolutely rip, and that's where we are with Wrekt. Then it will wiggle a little bit, and then it will drop maybe to a support level. Then it will do this for a little while and then come back down. Now that is phase one of a meme coin. It's not the end of the world for the meme coin. We can look at Bonk is a good example. Now if we bring up Bonk on here and we go back in time, I will show you what happens. And this is why it's important to not listen to the garbage that is printed on the internet. Now, Bonk has put in these waves. So instead of doing this, and by the way, I'm not saying this is accurate, I'm saying this is what happens to most, Bonk did that and went higher. Brett is on its first peak. So it's going to come down. People are going to take profits on wrekt. It looks amazing because it's ripped to the upside. Great, fantastic, ripped to the upside. But where's the retracement? And the issue is, you read this, okay? You read this and you think, wow, that looks good. And then he puts this in telling you it's going to go to $20 billion, a 10x from here. You see that, you buy. And then all of a sudden, you're down here and you've lost 75% of your money because that meme coin has gone on a retracement. And that's my issue. wrekt may very well not have finished its first pump. So maybe this pump that we're seeing on wrekt is going to do this and then it will come back down, okay? And maybe we are here and maybe it still has legs to go. But mark my words, that is going to come down. It is not going to be the first meme coin in history to go up in a straight line. And to get people to tell you that this is the next coin to buy is the endemic problem with crypto news articles. They constantly tell you to buy the tops. And that is where you get wrecked. And we remember the motto of our channel: we are not here to make you rich, we are here to try and stop you from becoming poor. And we do that by showing you these patterns. And these patterns, as far as I can see, wrekt is going to come down, find a bottom. Now that bottom could very well be 10 cents, could very well be 8 cents, okay? I don't know where the bottom is going to be, but it's going to find a level of support. Then it's going to go sideways for a bit. And if you like that meme coin, you buy it there, because then what comes after that is the next pump up. Now, it can do what Maneki did and only go up maybe 50%, or it can do what Bonk has done and move up in these 3 waves. It doesn't matter which pattern you look at. Look at the fact that there's a retracement. So from here to here, retracement. From here to here, retracement. From here to here, retracement. So again, higher lows, higher highs. Bonk is moving up and to the right. Maybe wrekt will do that, but there will be a retracement. And that's why it's so dangerous to read these articles. You go on X or you go on Google, you look at these articles, you think that's going to move. It's got, you know, Bonk is a $1.9 billion market cap. wrekt, which has been around for no time at all, has a $1.6 billion market cap. wrekt is not in the same league as Bonk. It's not. It might be in a year's time. It builds itself out, it gets its own DEX, its own bot, it gets all these things going fine. Today, in a boxing ring, you have put Mike Tyson in a ring with Vitalik Buterin. And we all know who would win that fight. And Bonk would absolutely trash Brett. So Brett is a hype-based pump, and that means it will come down. And yes, we will go and look at it again. Yes, we'll go and see where we are. Good morning, Bullish Bull. Or should I say, it's afternoon now. Afternoon, Bullish Bull. Check. Okay. Yeah, I will have a look. Anyway, that's the end of the show. Final thoughts then before we go further. In my opinion, and it is my opinion, today is not a day to trade. Over the next 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, we are going to see a lot of confusion in the market. We're going to see people trying to front run, and they're going to try and front run what is happening now. Did Bitcoin manage to hold on to? There we go. So Bitcoin has decided, it's woken up today and it's chosen violence. So Bitcoin is moving to the upside. 68,000. Let me just make that a hell of a lot bigger. There we go. So we've bounced off here. Next target is 69.4. We might not break 68 in all honesty, but let's see. I think we are going to I think we're going to go to the upside. There's nothing which doesn't come back to the ground floor in crypto. Absolutely only you. Never. One of the rules of thumb is never buy a pump. If the coin is a week old, fine, I get it. It's price discovery. It's trying to find its market cap. I get that. If you're looking at a token that's been live for a couple of months and it goes to price discovery, FET did the same thing. Here's another good example before I go. And it's a very good point that you raised, only you. Nothing goes up or down forever. Now, FET, which is going to become ASI. Let me bring this down. Now, FET went on price discovery, and everything up here was price discovery. What happened? Here, at this tip, people were telling you this is going to go to the moon. I told you it's a bit expensive, might get it a bit cheaper, but if it doesn't, it doesn't. And if it goes to ASI, it might go to $5, which I think it will do eventually. Then we got back into this range. Happy days in this range. It's come up, it's got price discovery, it's then come down, and it's found a lovely range to sit in. Now, why did we break down? Well, two reasons. The market dropped, which was one of the reasons. And secondly, the reason it's dumped over the last couple of days is the belief, of course, that ASI is going to be delayed. And there we go. And what did it do? It's come back down, and it's probably found another bottom in here. So it'll probably come back into this range for a while until July the 11th, whenever it is, July the 14th. So price discovery, never a good time to buy a token. Never a good time to buy a token. Wait for it to come back down and then pick it up on the cheap. And sometimes you'll think to yourself, I should have got into that project. If you think that about something, like Peter is talking about Wing, I will go and have a look at that. If a coin gets to all-time highs and you're sitting there thinking, you know, I should have bought that token. If your investment in a token is $100, take that $100 and put it to one side. Then wait for retracement. Okay? Wait for it to come back down and buy it. That's what you need to do, because in your head you are thinking everything is going to go up forever, and it never does. Nothing goes down or up forever. When that goes up to $5, $6, $7, whatever that coin is, okay, if it was $1 and it's gone to $7, you can bet your bottom dollar, no pun intended, it's going to come back to $4 or $5, and it will retrace, probably not to the price it was at, but it will retrace to maybe $4. That's where you get into the project. Do I think $1.60 is a great price for FET? Absolutely. It's gone below its bull market support band. I think that is how you need to trade these tokens. Sorry, my mouse went off then for some reason. The drop is being used to dump bags on retail. Well, that's what happens. What whales are looking for is liquidity, and they get liquidity from people that like to leverage. They leverage long 25x, they leverage short 25x, and they look for liquidity, and they hunt it in packs. And you are in the middle. And the best thing for you to do is sit there with your bags packed and say to yourself, this is the final thing I'll say. What coins do I want to be holding on October the 1st next year? What coins do I want in my bags by October the 1st next year? That should be the first thing to ask yourself. The second thing to ask yourself is, how many of those tokens do I want to hold on October the 1st? Do I want $1,000 of 10 coins? Do I want $3,000 of Bitcoin, $3,000 of Ethereum, and then 4 lots of $1,000 of other coins? That's your plan number one. How many do I want by October the 1st? How much do I want in each? That should be your first plan. Now, the one thing nobody ever does, and we still haven't made the video about it yet, is the exit strategy. When do you get out? Now, we have all the time in the world to make that video, and we might do it as a live stream. When do you get out? Do you get out in April next year, when some people think the all-time high is? Are we going to have a double top like we did last time and have one in April and October? Are you going to get out then? Are you going to dollar cost average out? Are you going to set a price to sell? All of those things should be going through your head. What do you want to buy? How much of it do you want to hold? And how long are you going to hold it for? And all of this action that you're seeing that only you's brought up. Bitcoin is looking good today, same as me. And you know what, Fran, if you could see me today, I certainly don't look good. I have been up early today. I did make an early start today. So I am fully awake. I am fully caffeinated today. Make a plan of what you want to hold. All of this noise that only you is talking about does nothing other than shake out weak hands. I bought FET at 40 cents. It went to $3.30. I didn't sell it. It's come back down to $1.60. Am I sad? No. Why? Because I'm not selling it. If you've got a pension and you're not retiring for the next 20 years and the stock market drops by 25%, guess what? So does the value of your pension. Does it matter? Absolutely not. Because over the next 25 years, on average, it'll go up 7% a year. Don't panic about something until you have to sell it. And that can be 12 months, 18 months away. It can be 5 years away. If your portfolio, if you are not going to sell your Bitcoin for 5, 6, 7, or 8 years, today won't matter. Tomorrow won't matter. This year won't matter. None of it matters. Okay? The problem is when you're in and you're watching all of these charts every day and you see this price action, you get sucked into. It's like getting too close to a black hole. The gravity of it just sucks you in and you're stuck in this. It's gone up, it's gone down, it's gone up, it's gone down. That's what happens at the start. But you will eventually get there. And you know, these days are exciting. At the end of the day, whether the price goes up or down, it gives me something to talk about. If Bitcoin didn't move for 3 months, I'd be sitting here twiddling my thumbs for an hour every day. Should I keep any Sol? You should be buying Sol, not financial advice. The reason is bullish bull. Let me explain something. The rumor is, and it is a rumor, and I think it's unfounded. The rumor is that BlackRock has started to prepare the documentation for the Solana ETF. Now, Solana is at its bull market support band. What happens at a bull market support band? It's like, I'm trying to think of an Australian analogy for Peter. What's that kangaroo called, Peter? Is it Billy the kangaroo, Buffy the kangaroo? What happens? It bounces, boing, 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 and guess what? Boing, it's going to bounce up again. It's done it every single time. What would change? So, is $153 good for Solana? Let me put it this way. What does the value of the Grayscale Solana Trust value your Solana at today? Let's go and have a look. Captain Kangaroo, probably. Okay, so Grayscale's institutional investors value the Solana in your pocket today at $386. So bullish. In my humble opinion, when the clever people think it's $386 and I'm sitting on my Solana that's valued at $150, I know that they are expecting it to go somewhere near $386. This has been as high as $450. The Ethereum ETF is going to be approved and go live. The day it goes live, BlackRock are going to apply for the Solana ETF. That is the story, and I'm sticking with it because that's likely to happen. At that point, your Solana will be at $250 to $300. At the point of Solana hitting its ETF, where could Solana be? I think conservatively, Solana is $1,000. That's conservatively. You are going to get the Moon Boys telling you $2,500. That's a big market cap. I think $1,000 for Solana is a good price for this bull run. What's he called? Cryptos Are Us predicts $1,000 Solana by the end of the year. That's a 7x in 6 months. I mean, that's some going. I can't see it. Regardless, I will sell everything December this year, hopefully with a 10x portfolio. Hopefully, yes. No ads when I went out and came back in settings. Yeah, I think there's something wrong. I think there's something wrong, Peter, with my settings. I'm going to go and have a look. I did get a message, but what can we do? Can't do a lot about it. Apparently, it's an AI thing. I am going to leave a voicemail message on our TG group explaining what's happened, and then that will hopefully explain it. So, in answer to your question, Bullish Bull, would I sell a coin valued at $153 today, but valued at $386 by the clever people? No, I would not. In fact, if we break $140 on Solana, I will be aping in even more to Solana. I've already got my Solana staked on Camino, earning me 15-16% APR. That's plenty. That's plenty. That's making me dollars per day. I will sell Sol when it gets to $700. That's a good strategy as well. Again, good strategy. If you've got into Solana between $100 and $150 or $200 and you sell for $700, that's a 3x. Take your money. You never go broke taking profits. Now, again, will it go to 1,000? Probably. But if you've got a price target, that's it. That's it. Your price target is 700. You sell at 700. You've taken your profit. Don't look back. Lots of people have this ridiculous conversation where they say, I bought this coin and I bought $100,000 of this token and I sold it for $400,000. But if I'd kept it, it would be worth $700,000. How much did I make or lose? Well, the answer is $300,000 profit. That's it. The opportunity cost of selling it was $300,000, but you have $300,000 in your pocket. And not only that, you could have very well invested that $300,000 profit in another token which has done a 2x or a 3x. So it doesn't matter what a coin goes to. I've sold Bitcoin at $20,000. Not a lot of it, admittedly, but I've sold some at $20,000. I've sold Ethereum at $1,000. Do I regret it? Absolutely not. You can't hold everything. You're not married to these tokens. So sell when you have got a price that you are happy with. That is how I would play this game. Don't worry about where it goes in the future. Don't worry about anything else. If you can sell all of your crypto at the end of this bull run and pay off your mortgage or buy a house or buy a car or pay for your kids' education, do it. It's life-changing. A house, a car, your kids' education, it's life-changing. It doesn't matter what the price goes to. You can look back in 5, 10, 20 years' time and say, you know what? My kids' education was paid for with Bitcoin. My house was paid off with Solana. Isn't that the point of it? Not getting sad and depressed that it's fallen 5 or 10%. You're here to change your life. Anybody that tells you they're here for the tech, great, go. Enjoy yourself, knock yourself out. I'm not here for that. I am here because it's a great ride, but I'm also here to change my life, and you should be here to change your family's life as well. Solana, other than render, has given me massive profit. I completely believe in the project. I hope it makes $1,000. I am going to go and check out those videos. I haven't got a video to make for today. I am going to make a meme coin video. I'm going to look at Troll Coin at some point. Troll Coin is a funny group of people. I join people's Discords and I sit there and I watch them for a few days or a week or so, and then I make a video about them. I don't just sit here at the drop of a hat and go off and decide to make a video and then just randomly make it up. I do some research, believe it or not. Anyway, that is enough for the show. Thank you to all of you that have watched. The final question of the day, D-Day, FOMC meeting, Bitcoin is going up or down? Up, baby, 86%, down, 14%. 14% of you, I'm afraid to tell you, are wholly wrong. That you're wrong. And it's fine, because you come here because you're wrong, and I do my best to make you understand the error of your ways. We're sitting at $68,000. We might not break it, we might get rejected and come back down to 67,000. But let's enjoy the FOMC meeting. I never thought I would say that. But there we go. Take care, everybody. I'll see you in the morning. Brogan is live, by the way, twice today. He is live at 4 p.m. He's live in 4 hours' time with his trading show. And then I believe at 7 or 8 o'clock tonight, he will be doing a project review of something that slipped my mind. Can't remember the name of it. Petoshi, I think it's called, or Penoshi, which is another one of these kind of Tamagotchi style game things. So I'll see you all later. Thank you everybody for the chat in the comment. Thank you JC, thank you Mags, Chris, Peter, thanks everybody. I will go and check them out now, and take care and try and relax, see some sunshine. See you later.